the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. And 10 is to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against this offense in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. I welcome you all and I thank you all for joining for this beautiful, beautiful platform on Bhakti Sangha and giving us your association. If you could kindly unmute yourself, announce your name, and give me the opportunity to do the seva to welcome you, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvindaksh Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksh Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for you've been joining this platform for so many years. Thank you so much for your association. Please keep joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Devi Mataji, my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, Mata. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for chanting every day, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining Bhagavatam class, Mataji. Please keep blessing us with your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to your wonderful, glorious services every day, Mataji. Thank you so much for being the backbone of Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call and giving us your association, Mataji. Please keep joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Nina
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the assembled devotees of Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Pooja Arora from Haridwar.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji. So nice to hear that you're joining from Haridwar, Mataji. All glories to Ganga Mata there. Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your association. Please keep joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. It's Achint Gopal Das from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Chinta Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Prabhuji. Please keep giving us your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Mataji, my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all our Guru Maharajas. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji. Thank you so much for giving us your association. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Mataji, did Madhavi Ganga Mataji already join? Did I see her for a fraction of a second? Or maybe not.
Yes, I'm here, Mataji.
Okay. Sorry, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. We are so fortunate to have your association here, Mataji, today. Beautiful platform. I just have one request. Is it okay? May I go ahead and read a brief introduction about you, Mataji, or would you like to straight go ahead and begin with the class? What do you prefer?
Whatever you prefer, Mataji. I'm comfortable with anything you want me to do.
Okay, maybe I'll try to introduce you a little bit, Mataji. I mean, it's very brief. We don't, one second, where did it go? So Her Grace, Madhavi Gaurangi Mataji, has started practicing bhakti at the young age of 9 years when she started visiting ISKCON Punjab Bagh temple in central New Delhi, India. Mataji received initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj Hari Bol in 2015 in Gita Nagari. She holds a Bhakti Shastri degree from ISKCON Chowpatty. Currently, Mataji is serving in her local ISKCON Philadelphia temple as a preacher, where she regularly gives Srimad Bhagavatam classes as well as Sunday feast classes. Also, she's preaching in different ISKCON online forums throughout the world. We know that Mataji joined us here as well, online platform. Welcome, Mataji. Academically, Mataji holds a degree in MBA Finance. She's a CFA in university. Professionally, she works as a manager for 5 years in DLF, India, and also worked for Vanguard in Malvern in Pennsylvania for 4 years. She has been married in the family of Srila Prabhupada's disciple. Srila Prabhupada's disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. She has 2 sons, Keshava and Madhava Chandra. Hari Bol. Mataji, we tried to keep it brief. If there is something you would like to add, please go ahead, Mataji. Or we can start with our today's verse. And today, if you could kindly enlighten us from Canto 8, Chapter 7, verse 23.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for introducing me so kindly. So it's my great fortune to get the association of such nice exalted Vaishnava on this forum. So before starting, let's just do some Mangalacharan prayers, and then we are going to read from Canto 8, chapter number 7, verse number 23. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiriyet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So you want me to share the screen for the verse, or anyone is sharing from your side, Mataji? Okay.
Mataji, there, I think Indulekha Mataji is going to share right away.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So we are reading from Canto 8, Chapter 7, entitled Lord Shiva Saves the Universe by Drinking Poison. And we are on verse number 23 today. Gunamayi savasaktashyasya sarga sthiti apayan vibhu dhat se yada swadrik bhuman brahma vishnu sivabhidam. Synonyms: Gunamayi, Gunamaya, acting in 3 modes of activity. Swasaktaya, Shaktaya, by the external energy of your lordship. Asya, of this material world. Sarga, Sthiti, Apayayan, creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Vibhu, O Lord. Dhatste, you execute. Yada, when. Swadrak, you manifest yourself. Bhuman, O Great One. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Abhidham, as Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or Lord Shiva. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara when you act in creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Purport. This prayer is actually offered to Lord Vishnu, the Purusha, who in his incarnations as the Guna avatars assumes the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So this is our parampara or tradition set by our previous acharyas, where we perform Mangalacharan prayers in order to invoke auspiciousness and also to beg for the blessings from all those teachers, from all those acharyas who have given us this wonderful treasure of knowledge. So whosoever knows these prayers, in interest of time, we cut short these Mangalacharan prayers, but whatsoever verses we can recite always bring auspiciousness in our discussion. So whosoever knows these prayers, you can be muted, but recite along with me. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patita nama pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Give me a second. Yes. Thank you so much again for inviting me on this forum. This is a wonderful platform to discuss Harikatha. As we know that all the wonderful Vaishnavas, they are joining from different parts of the world, and everybody is like-minded and is inclined towards understanding the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. So it's my great fortune that I am here and I am taking association from all of you. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. And as we know, Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic wisdom. And it is compiled by Srila Vedavyas, who was the incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna himself. This Srimad Bhagavatam is celebrated as Grantha Avatar of Lord Sri Hari or Lord Sri Krishna. Although this Srimad Bhagavatam is always eternal, Srimad Bhagavatam is always there, but it gets himself, or it gets itself manifested at the time when Krishna leaves this world or wrap up his pastimes, and Kali Yuga was on the verge of starting. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is hailed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Pramanam Amalam, that means a spotless authority, is giving us so many details about those things which otherwise is very difficult to understand and to grasp, because our senses are limited. We know the four kinds of defect which this human form of life is having. But nonetheless, Shastra is that pramana, or Shastra is that authority which is giving us all sorts of information which is otherwise very difficult to attain. Not only the information, but the knowledge about our relationship with the Supreme Lord as well as with the Prakriti, and also how to achieve the prayojana or the love of Godhead. It is giving, this Srimad Bhagavatam is explaining us the abhidheya or the process to achieve it. And also when we read in Canto 2, chapter number 10, verse number 1, that this Srimad Bhagavatam is a combination of 10 subject matters. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshanam uti bhanavantari shanu katha nirodha mukti ashraya. These 10 topics have been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam very explicitly. And as we know that I'm sure that we all know the definition or the brief explanation we should be having in our mind what these 10 topics are. So, Sarga is universal creation by the Supreme Lord himself in his Paramatma feature. There are 3 Purushas. The first Purusha, who we celebrate as Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu, is the one who glance on the Prakriti and create the elements, and which we call as a Sarga Srishti. And then Visarga, this Srishti, which has been created by Lord Brahmaji, taking the ingredients, although this Visarga Srishti has also been manifested by the Supreme Lord. And there are details which has been given to us in Canto 2nd and Canto 3rd about the creation. But Visarga, because Supreme Lord wants to give credit to Sri Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is nothing but the Guna avatar or the incarnation of the Supreme Lord in the mood of passion. So Brahmaji is the one who takes the responsibility of creating this secondary creation. Sthanam, placing of living entities according to their karma. Poshanam, protection by the Supreme Lord. Utihi, inclination towards doing fruitive activities. Manavantar, the reign of Manus, Ishanukatha, the science of incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Nirodha, Nirodha is dissolution or annihilation at the time of annihilation when the living entities goes back to in the body of Paramatma. Annihilation, Nirodha, Mukti or liberation, when one living entity just gets the liberation from changing the subtle and gross bodies over and over again. Ashraya, the supreme shelter. So it has been said that Srimad Bhagavatam is actually Navalakshana. That means that all the 9 topics have been described just to establish the importance of the 10th one, which is Ashraya Tattva or the supreme shelter. Again and again, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many things, just like conversation under conversation and under conversation. And many times we feel that a reader just get lost in the conversations, what is happening. But if we remember that the 10th topic, Ashraya Tattva or the supreme shelter, Lord Krishna, so we can understand that any verse from Srimad Bhagavatam we are reading, it is there to glorify or bringing out the importance of that 10th topic. So this wonderful 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam prominently presents the theme of Manavantaras. Manavantaras or the reign of Manus. So Manus are the administrators of the universe. And these administrators are appointed by the Supreme Lord himself. And we know that in one day of Brahma, how much is the duration of one day of Brahma? If we calculate in human years, it's 4.32 billion human years. And in that 12 hours of Brahma, 14 Manus change their lives. 14 Manus come in 12 hours of Brahmaji. And now in this particular chapter, Shukdev Goswami, he is explaining about the Manus to Parikshit Maharaj. So Shukdev Goswami in this chapter, we have till now we have seen that Shukdev Goswami continued to describe the Manus. 5th Manvantar was Revatva Manvantar, and this is the 6th Manvantar, which is Chakshusha Manu. And right now, presently, we are in 7th Manvantar. And our Manu is Shraddha Deva or Vivatsvat Manu. But this is the story which was there, which happened in the 6th Manvantar, whose Manu was Chakshusha Manu. So during Chakshusha Manu, this churning of milk ocean took place. And Lord incarnated himself as a huge, gigantic tortoise, Kurma. And when Shukadev Goswami briefly described about gigantic tortoise, then Lord Maharaj Parikshit became inquisitive and requested Shukadev Goswami to describe the details about the incident. And Shukadev Goswami started narrating the story. And the story is all the time we use, in the start of our story, we use this word once upon a time. And in this also, once upon a time, Durvasa Muni, he encountered Indra riding on his elephant, and he offered Indra a garland, and he was which he was wearing, Durvasa Muni. And this garland was prasad, or this garland was an offering from Supreme Lord to Durvasa Muni. And then Indra disrespected that garland, and it has been said that elephant, he stamped over it, all over it. And Indra, because many times in Srimad, in the incidents of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have seen that Indra also gets puffed up with his power and position. At the same time, now we can remember this thing, that Indra, on the post of a demigod, although he has been assigned with the responsibility of managing the administrative affairs of this universe, of this particular universe, but he gets puffed up with his power. So Indra is also a Jiva Tattva, or living entity, who has performed Mishra Bhakti, or a bhakti where Bhakti Mishra Karma. There are two things: Bhakti Mishra Karma and Karma Mishra Bhakti. So Bhakti Mishra Karma is when Bhakti Mishra Karma and Karma Mishra Bhakti. So Karma Mishra Bhakti is when the goal is Bhakti, but I am including Karma into that. And Bhakti Mishra Karma is that the goal is to achieve something higher, but I am mixing Bhakti into that to achieve that particular thing. So we can see that this particular Indra, or the demigod, we can see that Indra is a post, and various living entities get the opportunity to become Indra when they perform their Bhakti Mishra Karma, in which their aim is to achieve the position of Indra, but they are mixing Bhakti into that because they know that without the mercy of Supreme Lord, nothing is possible. So like that. So Indra is also a position which keeps changing. In every Manvantara, it has been said that there are 6 personalities which change. And there are 6 personalities, and 8th canto describe about it too. We are going to see further. So one of the position is Indra. So Indra is a living entity, and this Indra got puffed up, and he just threw the garland. And after that, we saw that Brahmaji, and we saw that the Durvasa Muni, with the curse of Durvasa Muni, demigods, they were all ruined by the demons, headed by Bali Maharaj. And here, I know you all must be hearing this story over and over again every day, but it's interesting to know in order to set up the context of this today's verse. So they all went to Brahmaji in the time of need, and Brahmaji, along with all the demigods, they went to pray from Shirodakshai Vishnu, who is our local Vishnu, or we can see the third Purusha Avatara. And Shirodakshai Vishnu appeared, and he offered these words of wisdom to demons, that to demigods, why don't you cooperate with demons and make a truce and just try to churn the ocean of milk. And when you churn the ocean of milk, there are going to be so many things which are going to come up from that ocean, and with that you are going to also get the nectar. And demigods agreed, and they made a truce with demons. And here we can see that now the ocean of milk has been churned by the Mandra mountain, which they took as a rod, and Vasuki as the Vasuki serpent as a rope to churn that rod. But over the verses in this particular chapter, in 7th chapter, we have seen that everybody was getting tired. Mandrachal Parvat, it was falling down. So the Supreme Lord, in multiple incarnations, arrived, and he held up the entire process. It has been said that in the demigods, with the mode of goodness he entered. In the demons, with the mode of passion he entered. In Vasuki, he entered in the mode of ignorance. And Mandra mountain also he entered, the Supreme Lord. And the gigantic Kurma, he just stood in beneath the Mandra mountain, and Kurma Bhagavan, he was relieving his scratching sensation when the Mantra mountain was moving. Even after that, they were not able to churn. So the Supreme Lord appeared in thousand-handed form, and he was situated on the top of the Mandrachal mountain, and he held the mountain with one of his hands. And there are various ISKCON paintings which are available, which we can see describing this pastime. And now something happened which was not expected by either demigods or demons. Hala hala poison, extremely poisonous substance called hala hala just arose from the ocean. And when hala hala arose from the ocean, they again, demigods and demons, they got perturbed, and they wanted to know where to go, because this poison was spreading throughout the directions. And right now, they approached Lord Shiva. As we know, many times we have heard in our discussions, and we have a vague idea of who Lord Shiva is. That Lord Shiva, he is a demigod who always is very, very, very helpful towards other demigods, and he might be a demigod and he is little bit more powerful than other demigods. So that's why in Hindi also we call Devadidev Mahadev, that he is the supreme Dev, Mahadev. He is the even he is the Deva of other demigods. So he is a living entity also, maybe. And demigods just ran towards him in order to take help from him, as well as the demons. And the demigods, they prayed. There are so many prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam, and they prayed to Lord Shiva. And in this particular verse, we can see that demigods are saying that, "O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara when you act in creation, maintenance, and annihilation." So many times when we hear and we see these prayers, so, obviously what we try to think, that demigods are trying to just flatter Lord Shiva, because as per our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, we know that who is responsible for creation, maintenance, and destruction. So maybe demigods, they are just over exaggerating in their prayers in order to please Lord Shiva, because they know that apart from Lord Shiva, nobody else can take care of this thing. But we have seen in 4th canto, in the starting chapters, that when Daksha got slain, or the head of the Daksha got cut off by Veerbhadra, at that time also, when the demigods, they and the other sages, they got together and they wanted to pacify Lord Shiva after the whole incident. Even Brahmaji and others are, Brahmaji is saying the same thing, that you are the Supreme Lord, you are responsible for creation, maintenance, and destruction. So what is actually happening? So many times we can, I have seen, or I think that we believe that our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they did not explicitly explain the Shiva Tattva, and they did not speak a lot about it, or the glories of Lord Shiva or the Shiv Tattva remain covered. But that's not the truth. The truth is that our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, and also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his discussions with Sanatana Goswami, he has also brought up the Shiv Tattva in his discussion in Madhya Leela chapter number 20. So this is very fascinating to know that what is Shiv Tattva. And so many misconceptions as well as confusions are lingering around this Shiv Tattva. And in the quest of that, we many times feel that whatever the verses are given in Srimad Bhagavatam, they are actually just the exaggeration in the prayers. So today I'm going to present on this Shiv Tattva and why demigods are praying to Lord Shiva and saying that you are responsible for creation, maintenance, and annihilation. So there is a Shiv Tattva, and this Shiv Tattva is a separate Tattva, is a separate from Shakti Tattva as well as Jiva Tattva. Shakti is the energy of the Lord, and Jiva Tattva is, we know, marginal potency of the Lord. This Shiv Tattva is a unique Tattva. So let's just start from the very beginning, where Lord Krishna, he is very happy in Goloka Vrindavan in his two-handed form, which we call Swayam Prakash Rupa. Swayam Prakash Rupa form. And from there, Swayam Prakash Rupa form, there are various incarnations happen. Many times we call it Prabhav Vilasa and, Prakash Vilasa and Vaibhav Vilasa. So there is a whole whole of technicalities in this concept of Prakash Vilasa in Vaibhav Vilasa. But for for today's discussion, we only need Vilas expansion, Vilasa forms or Vilasa expansion. So this Vaibhava Vilasa is, we can see that Balaramaji is what he is, Vaibhava Vilasa. When the Supreme Lord, he just expand himself in the same potency, but the features are different and emotions are little bit different. And then from Vilasa form, we can see that from Srila Balaramji or Sri Baladev, there are 4 other incarnation which we call Vishnu Chaturvyuha. First Chaturvyuha comes out. And these names of these 4 personalities are Vasudeva, Mool Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And these all remain in Goloka Vrindavan. This Goloka Vrindavan or this Goloka planet is divided into 3: Mathura Mandal, Dwarka Mandal, and Vraja Mandal. So all these personalities which we just talked about, they reside in Goloka. And then from Mool Sankarshana expand itself and he just comes as Lord Narayana. Lord Narayana, and from this Lord Narayana, there is other Chaturvyu which comes. And this other Chaturvyuha is again Vasudeva Mahasankarshan. Earlier was Mool, now Mahasankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Now this Mahasankarshan, with these Vishnus, with these 4 Vishnus, we can see the second Chaturvyuha, 4 Vishnus, we can see that various forms of Vishnus come. And there are billions and billions of Vaikuntha planets. Billions and billions of Vaikuntha planets. And in those billions and billions Vaikuntha planets, billions of Vishnus are there. Coming from this Chaturvyuha. Okay, let me just share, or I made this presentation some time back, so maybe I can show really quick. So Swayam Rupa Krishna, Swayam Prakasha, and then we can see that from Balaramji, this Vilasa so just focus on the Vilasa. Vilasa is a form which is manifested just for the pastime. It is a pastime expansion, but it is eternal, right? And this is Goloka planet, and then Vaikuntha comes. From Vaikuntha, Lord Narayana, second Chaturvyuha, Mahasankarshana, and so many other Vishnus come. So there is a Vishnu who comes, and his name is Sadashiva. And his origin is Mahasankarshan. This Sadashiva, he is the Vilasa expansion or Vilasa expansion of or Angabhuta of Swayam Rupa Krishna. We have seen that Krishna expand, and then Krishna expand, and from his expansions, Mahasankarshan is also the expansion of the Supreme Lord in one way. If we see the Siddhanta according to the philosophy, the same thing, the Tattva is same, Vishnu Tattva. So this Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. And this Sadashiv is Narayan or Sankarshana Vilasa is Narayan Vilasa form. What is Vilasa form? It is the expansion of the Supreme Lord, but the degree of potency is little bit different than the Supreme or the Swayam Rupa Krishna. And Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushan, Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan in his Tika of Lagu Bhagavat Amrita 15298, he is mentioning that Sadashiva is without any trace of any gunas. He do not get contaminated with any modes of material nature. And this Sadashiva is the Vilasa form of Swayam Rupa Krishna. And also in Taittiriya Upanishad, it has been mentioned that Narayana, Achyuta and Shiva are used to indicate one person. That is given in Lagu Bhagavat Amrita 1-31 also. And also we can see that our dear Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he is mentioning in Lagu Bhagavat Amrita that Shiva, Sadashiva's abode is manifest in the northeast part of Vaikuntha Loka. And in Brahma Samhita, we also have read that there is a Mahesh Dham. This Dham is Sadashiva Lok, which is beyond the 7 layers of material covering. And it is just below the Goloka and above this material, above this material world. Above this material world. And it has been said that 3/4 of the portion of this dham is in the spiritual world and 1/4 lies in the cosmic world. But if we understand clearly, then we can, and even Sanatana Goswami Pad also mentions that the Lok Sadashiva is above this cosmic manifestation in Brihad Bhagavat Amrita. Exact is 1-96. So the source for this Sadashiva is Mahasankarshana, who is again the Vilasa form. So Baladeva Vidyabhushan has said that the Sadashiva is Vishnu Tattva and he is eternal. His dham is eternal. His dham is one of the Vaikuntha planets, which we know by the name Mahesh Dham. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also explaining to Sanatana Goswami when he's teaching the science of absolute truth in chapter number 20th. And also now we can see, and now we can always want the reference from our beloved Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada in the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita, one of the purports in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's in 1679, Adi Lila, where the glories of Advaita Charya or the Tattva of Advaita Charya is mentioned. In that 1679 in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is also mentioning that in Vayu Puran, there is a description of Sadashiva Loka. And Sadashiva is one of the Vaikuntha planets. So this Sadashiva is Vishnu Tattva. There is the oneness. That Sadashiva is Narayana or Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. And now this is very confusing. Sadashiva is Vishnu Tattva, and we here in our offenses, list of offenses, that we should not treat Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu on the same level. Otherwise, you will become a Pashandi or offender, right? So what is going on here? So this Sadashiva is definitely the Vilasa expansion of the Narayan and his Vishnu Tattva. And in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, where it has been given, Ete Chamsa Kalapumsa, Shiv Tattva has 84% of the qualities of the Lord, which has been given, is correct. And they are talking about Sadashiva, who is Vishnu himself. Now, but his potencies are a little bit different. Why different? Little bit different because he is the Vilasa form, but he is Vishnu Tattva. He is not contaminated by anything. Now there is another part of the story. And what's the another part of the story? At the time of creation, and this process of creation, I am assuming that we all have read in Canto 2nd, as well as in Canto 3rd, beginning chapters of Canto 3rd and last few chapters of Canto 2nd. And also, Kapil Muni is explaining the process of creation to Mother Devhuti in 326. So, at various times, and also in Canto 11, when Krishna is speaking to Uddhava, he has explained the principles of material nature and material creation. There also has been described in 2 chapters. I think they are chapter number 22 or 26, maybe. I'm not exactly remember the chapters. So, in this creation, when Mahavishnu, Karanodakshai Vishnu, glance where the glancing happened, so these 2 energies, Maya Shakti and Jiva Shakti, lives inside the body of Karanodakshai Vishnu. And this Maya Shakti has components. And one of the component of Maya Shakti is Prakriti. Prakriti, Vidya, Avidya, and Karma. Right? These are the components. And this Prakriti is present in the form of Avyakta. Avyakta means at this time this is a matter. Nothing is happening. The modes are sleeping. Just let's take Avyakta. So this Avyakta, or we can say the Maya energy, Maya Shakti, is the perverted shadow or reflection of Chit potency of the Lord. Now Krishna has internal potency. This internal potency is also called Chit Shakti, which has 3 portions. So this Chit Shakti or Rama Devi's reflection is Maya Devi. Now this Maya Devi has components. One of the component is Prakriti or Avyakta. This Avyakta is in this sleeping mode right now. So Mahavishnu wants to create the material world, cosmic manifestation. When we talk about material world, it does not mean only one universe, our own small universe. No. Cosmic manifestation means billions and billions of material universes. Now Bhagavan wants to, Paramatma, Vishnu, Mahavishnu wants to create as is a pastime with external energy. But Mahavishnu, although the material Maya Shakti resides in his body, but he never engages directly with this Maya energy or Maya potency. So he glances over one of the portions of Maya Shakti, which is Avyakta, which is in the sleeping mode. And when the glancing is happening, at that time, a dim manifested halo generates. And this manifested halo is the subjective portion of the this glancing, right? This glancing is happening. So this dim halo is actually a dim light of the glance, of this glance. And this is generating in a masculine generating organ, Linga. We know that, right? We worship Shiva Linga. So masculine generating organ, right? And this masculine generating organ, Mahavishnu, this masculine generating organ is called Shambhu. And this masculine generating organ just unite himself with the shadow of that Chit potency, which we call Maya energy, with the avyakta, yoni. When we see that, and there is union of that halo, which we call Shambhu, with the feminine generating organ. And at that time, this halo is taking jivas from in the glands of the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu and putting it into avyakta. Like there is, it's called the seminal principle. If it's called the seminal principle, this seminal principle which is coming from the Supreme Lord and taking by this Shambhu into the garbha or into the womb of, or into the yoni of this particular avyakta or prakriti. So this is a kind of technical discussion, but in short, when Mahavishnu glances, there is a halo. There is a halo there is a halo which generate, and this halo is called Shambhu. And this Shambhu is a masculine generating organ which unites with the Prakriti, and after that Prakriti become Pradhana. And Pradhana is just like a pregnant lady. And this Pradhana is carrying in its womb Jivatma, living entities, along with karma and along with their own karma and avidya, one of the proportions. So now this Pradhana gets agitated by again glancing. Glancing is happening, and that with the glance, what is coming? This Kala Shakti or the time factor of the Lord is coming, or the time potency. And the time is the eternal representation of the Lord. And with the presence of time, everything is changing. Agitation happen, and there is a whole lot discussion how 23 elements come. So basically, this Lord Mahavishnu is the creator of this material world, but he is creating through Shambhu. That's the conclusion here, that he is creating through Shambhu. So Lord Shambhu is the creator, who is the father, and Mother Durga or Mother Parvati is the mother, right? Mother Durga is the person who we call Maya Shakti, who is doing all these Prakriti and taking jivas and generating the elements, and then whole lot creation happens. So this Shambhu is also who's the source of this Shambhu? Who is the source of this Shambhu? Mahasankarshana, or we can say the Sadashiva. The Sadashiva in the Vaikuntha planet is the source of this Shambhu. And we can read this in Brahma Samhita from 5.8 to 5.10. Now, this Shiva, Shambhu is there. And now the third, there is other, who we call Lord Shiva or Rudra. Now, this Rudra or Shiva in Srimad Bhagavatam we have read in 3rd canto comes from the eyebrows of, between the eyebrows of Brahmaji. And we always call Rudra as the son of Brahmaji. But in fact, when the Srishti happened and Mahavishnu enters into a particular one universe as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, it has been explained in Brahma Samhita 5.15 that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from his left side, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu appears. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is responsible for the maintenance. And from his right side, Brahmaji appears. And we all also know that Brahmaji comes on the lotus. But according to the Siddhanta, Brahmaji comes from the right side of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and from the middle of the eyebrows, who comes? Shiva comes. And this Shiva is the one who make his appearance through the or Rudra comes. This Rudra is the one who makes his appearance through the eyebrows of Brahmaji at the time of secondary creation, which we must have read in Canto 3rd, chapter number 12. And this Rudra gets divided into 11 Rudras. And one of the Rudras amongst that is Lord Shiva, which we celebrate as a demigod. But this Lord Shiva is again, the source is Vishnu. But this Lord Shiva, who is one of the Guna avatars of the Supreme Lord, is not considered Vishnu Tattva. Why? Because this Rudra is now assuming one of the qualities of material nature, which is mode of ignorance, in order to annihilate and in order to represent himself as an egoistic principle in the living entities. So the ahankara principle, the concept ahankara, which is present in the living entities, they are this concept principle is coming from whom? From Rudra. And one of the Rudras' name is Shiva, who is the supreme chief of all other Rudras. And about this, that this Rudra, even this Rudra, who is Shiva, is not a Jiva Tattva. And that's not what I'm saying. Our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the one who said in his in Chaitanya Charitamrita, while he was teaching to Sanatana Goswami about this Rudra, he is saying, Maya Sanga Vikari Rudra Bhinna Bhinna Rupa Jiva Tattva Nahi Nahi Krishna Re Swarupa. He says that because this Rudra, he takes the association, he gets transformed by the association with Maya. He gets transformed with the association of Maya, or he assumed the quality of ignorance. So at that time, Sir Rudra is transformed. But this Rudra Tattva is very, very different. This is not a Jiva Tattva. And at the same time, it is also not considered to be Vishnu Tattva. So, Srila Prabhupada, in this particular, what do you say, the purport of this verse, which is 308, he is mentioning, Srila Prabhupada, very specifically that between Shiva and Vishnu, there is a relationship of Bheda Abheda. And how it is Abheda, we have seen with Sadashiva and Shambhu. But this Shiva, who is Rudra. So Sadashiva is the root cause or the source for Shambhu and this Rudra. And who is the cause for this Sadashiva? Vishnu or Mahasankarshan. And who is the cause for Mahasankarshan? We know Lord Narayan. Who is the cause of Lord Narayan? Back there, Mool Sankarshan. And who is the cause of Mool Sankarshan? Back there, Baladev. And who is the cause of Baldev? Lord Krishna. So we have seen that that Lord Shiva, who is one of the Rudras, who is responsible for maintaining the annihilation part. In his part, as when he is Shambhu, he is creating. He is creating. And also, we have seen that this Shambhu is maintaining the process of the cosmic manifestation by acting as an egoistic principle, ahankara tattva, in all the living entities. That's the relationship of Shambhu with all the living entities. And it has been given by, in Brahma Samhita, it has been explained. The relationship between Jivatmas and Shambhu or Shiva. What's the relationship? The relationship is that it is present in egoistic, as an egoistic principle. And whatever feisty products or the things happening in this material world is also, it's also coming from Lord Shiva, like tsunami or hurricane or anger portion in human being, anger portion, ahankar portion is coming from Lord Shiva or Rudra, which is one of the, there are 11 Rudras. And this is not my opinion. Srila, in Vyasadev's Srimad Bhagavatam, in Canto 3rd, chapter number 12, Brahmaji, when Rudra, he makes his appearance through his eyebrows, and there is a whole lot story there. But Rudra has been given some 11 places to live on. And these places are heart, it's heart, mind of a human being, and so many other things have been explained there. So we can go and read there if we want. So our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after explaining this about Rudra, later on in the next verse, he is describing our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is saying a famous verse which is also there in Brahma Samhita, dugda yena amla yoge dadi rupa dhare, dugdantara varte nahi dugda haite hare. That means this Rudra, this Shiva, it's just like milk is transformed into yogurt. When an acid chemical reaction of acid is given to the milk, then milk converts itself into yogurt. Although your yogurt has the same quality as milk, but this yogurt is definitely different from milk. So we cannot use the yogurt in case of milk. So the point here is the Guna avatar is Shiva, to whom the demigods are praying and saying that you are the Supreme Lord, and you are responsible for the creation, maintenance, and destruction. Srila Prabhupada also in the purport is saying that this prayer is actually done to that Vishnu who is responsible for creation, maintenance, and destruction, and through whom this Rudra or Lord Shiva is incarnate himself as the Guna avatar. So we can see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, Shiram Yatadadi Vikari Vesheshta Yoga. So this, the tattva of Lord Shiva has been explained in Brahma Samhita very nicely from 5.8, 9, 10, and 5.15, 16, and 5.45. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, we also have this verse, Shiva Maya Shakti Sange Tamo Gune Vishwa Maya Eta Gunaitya Vishnu Parmeshwa in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Shiva, only Rudra, when he comes from the eyebrows of Garbhodakshai Vishnu originally and then make his appearance through Brahma in this cosmic, in this particular universe, he assumes the qualities and he takes over the qualities of material nature. But if we see this Lord Shiva is actually who is coming from the Vishnu Tattva, who is the source, the Sadashiva is the source. But many times we use the names interchangeably. Sadashiva is also Shiv, Shiva is also Shambhu, Shambhu is also Rudra. So there is a whole lot thing which is going on. But here when we see the prayers of demigods, because demigods, they themselves know the truth. So therefore they mention that you are the one who is responsible for creation, maintenance, and annihilation. So Mahavishnu creates through Shambhu, and there is Sadashiva, who is Vishnu, and here Rudra, who comes here and assumes the qualities, and Rudra, who's the source of Rudra. Again, the source of Rudra is Vishnu, who is Sadashiva, right? And in Srimad Bhagavatam also, it has been given in 10th canto, 88th chapter. It has been explained that Rudra, the truth about Lord Shiva is that Lord Shiva, when we call Lord Shiva, then he is one of the Rudras, and he always covered with 3 material coverings, which are mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Vaikarika, Tejasa, and Tamasa. It has been given. So various places, various things have been given which make us confused about Shiv Tattva, but it has been very specifically and explicitly described or given to us by our Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushan has explained the oneness of Lord Shiva, Sadashiva, and Vishnu Tattva, and our Srila Prabhupada is also establishing that. And he's saying that with Shiva and Vishnu, it's like Achintya Bheda Bhed. So they are one at the same time. They are different. When Sadashiva, he comes as a demigod, Lord Shiva, and assume the qualities of mode of all the modes he assumed. So he becomes one of the Guna Avatara. Although we know that Brahma is a Jiva Tattva. In any, if I want to become Brahma, so a living entity can always become Brahmaji, provided he perform all those duties or all those things which is required to become Brahma in next creation. In next creation, whenever next creation is going to, next creation, I mean cosmic manifestation again, when happen. But nobody can become Shiva. A living entity cannot become Shiva, and a living entity can never become Vishnu. So Shiva is not opposed. Shiv Tattva is very, very different. and Shiv Tattva remains the same, eternal, untouched by any modes of Tamoguna. And when we talk about like this, then we are talking about Sadashiva. Here also, we have seen in our words, in our beautiful verse, they are saying, "O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy." And you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara when you act in creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Prabhupada is saying that this prayer is actually offered to Lord Vishnu, the Purusha, who in his incarnations as Guna Avatar assumes the name Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Who is the source of Mahavishnu? Mahasankarshana. Who is the source of Sadashiva? Mahasankarshana, who is coming in the second Chaturvyuha. So when they are praying to Rudra or the one Lord Shiva, they are referring to the source of that Rudra or Shiva, who is playing as a demigod and who is playing as one of the Guna Avatara. Guna Avatar means qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord in this. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also in his commentary to this verse, he is saying the same thing, that this particular verse, when demigods are praying, they are actually praying to the source of Shiva. So that's how we can understand that Lord Shiva is actually responsible for the source. Sadashiva is responsible for creation, maintenance, and destruction. And with this, we have to understand one thing, that we should always be respectful, and we should always be very, very mindful of the fact when any time we want to make any comments on Lord Shiva or Mother Parvati, because it's the even Srila Prabhupada has said that oneness with Lord Narayana, with Vishnu Tattva is present. So, and as is Avatara or as is Gunavatara, Shiva, Shiva is again the source is that same Sadashiv. So with this, I'm going to stop my discussion. I'm very, very thankful to all of you for joining this call. If anything I have said which make any kind of sense to all of you, then that's because of previous acharyas, our Srila Prabhupada, who has given us all of this treasure of knowledge. I am just like a parrot who is speaking whatever I have read or whatever I have heard from my Siksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Diksha Gurus. And I'm a human being. I can definitely, whatever I have presented, definitely I must have made some faults, or maybe because of my defects, I was not able to explain the tattva very, very nicely. So that's my fault. And I'm the one to whom the blame should be given. So with that, I'm ready for any corrections, for any questions, or any comments. And thank you so much again. It's my wonderful fortune to get association with all of you this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to your wonderful lecture, Mataji. Thank you so much for enlightening us in so much detail, and thank you so much for bringing so much information for Lord Shiva. Yes, of course, it's so important that we never even disrespect anybody. I mean, who are we? Just tiny little mortals, and there's all glories to Lord Shiva. Devotees, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to unmute yourself and ask your question. Any realizations that you want to share, you're welcome. Mataji, we have a question in the chat box from Priya Mataji. She says, Hare Krishna Mataji, thanks much for the recap of the Katha. Where did the Samudra Manthan took place? Which realm of the universe?
So it has been said about again and again, milk ocean. So definitely the milk ocean is the ocean where Shirodaksha Vishnu resides. So definitely on not this planet, but upper planetary systems, this happened, as given, the details is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And even when we see Gajendra Moksha Katha, in there also, there are so many things given about the Sumera mountain. If you go in Canto 5th, there we can see that there is a whole description of a Jambu Dweep. This Jambu Dweepa has been given. So this Earth is just a, is in the middle planetary system. So this thing happened in our upper planetary system in the ocean of Milk Ocean. That has been given.
Thank you so much, Mataji. We are getting a lot of thank yous on the chat box. Anjali Mataji is saying, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All praise to Srila Prabhupada. Thanking you for the class. And same with Kiran Mataji, Bharti Mataji. Thank you so much, Matajis, for your kind comments. We
Thank you
still
so
have
much.
the platform open for questions. Hare Krishna. So there is one question from Himangi Mataji. She's saying, Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for the wonderful class. Can you please guide us to whether we should visit Shiva temple and in what mood?
Very wonderful question, Mataji. Thank you so much for bringing this up. Yes, we should visit Shiva temple wherever, whenever we are going somewhere. And if there is a Shiva temple, like if you are going to Jain and there is Mahakal temple, definitely you visit. We have seen in Chaitanya Bhagavat when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also visited Shiva temples and he also sang a very beautiful song, Hari Haraya Namaha. Hari Hara. He is talking about Lord Shiva there. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. So yes, definitely. And in what mood? This is the same mood that Shiva is definitely the mood which has been given to us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is that Shiva is the leader of Vaishnavas who are guiding the devotees of the Lord very wonderfully in their practice of devotional service. And so many things, so many examples of this has been given in Srimad Bhagavatam, that how Shiva in Rudra Gita, when he was talking to Prachetas, he actually gave in Rudra Gita, the entire Rudra Gita is the glorification of Supreme Lord Vishnu. So, and by chanting that, we can see that Prachetas got the darshan finally. So, yes, in the mood of that, we are, this is definitely, we talked about it in the class that Shiva Tattva is 84% and Shiva is oneness, and there is difference also. But for devotees, it's very important, as Mataji said, who are we? We are just mortal living beings, very insignificant. So when we visit Shiva temple, definitely we see that this is one of the rupas of the Supreme Lord. And also at the same time, Lord Shiva is the one who is situated as a Guru Tattva, is a supreme master for who is guiding all the Vaishnavas. So if we go and take obeisances and give our obeisances to our spiritual master in the same mood, just go and, worship Lord Shiva and ask Lord Shiva for forgiveness if we have committed any mistake in his respect, and also for progress in our devotional service towards Lord Krishna. In this mood, we should always go and visit Shiva temple.
Mataji, I had a follow-up question. You so nicely mentioned Hari Harai Normal Krishna. So Harai is mentioning, it means Shiva here. I didn't know that.
So yes, that's what I have read, that Hari Hara is about Shiva. Lord Shiva has been mentioned when he Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited one of the Jyotirling. At that time, Mahaprabhu just chanted. At least that's what I read.
Thank you so much for sharing. We have Purna Prakash Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Sri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
It
please
was
accept.
really wonderful class, Mataji. Actually, we had a lot of confusion when we were talking about Lord Shiva. So many of us, when we were talking about, with discussion, when she was information comes, and we'll hesitate to talk. Actually, many of us, because we don't have much information about that to talk about much. And so now we are real up. For me, definitely, I had so much doubts are cleared for myself. Thank you for that, Mataji. And then we have like Shambhu, Shiva, and then Sadashiva, Rudras, and all. Clearly mentioned. Only thing is, like you explained, of course, what are the references where we can refer all this.
Yes.
Mataji, please, can you just repeat the references where
Yes.
Sadashiva is the expansion of Mahasankarshan. So,
Yes.
yeah, if you give a little
Yes.
bit in detail on that, it will be helpful as far as to refer.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely. I'm ready to give the details. About the creation process, the manifested hello, that dim hello, you can find in Brahma Samhita, and it has been translated by our dear Srila Prabhupada in 5.8, 5.9, 5.10. And when I said that Lord Rudra comes from the eyebrow of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. At that, when Vishnu enters in one of the material universe, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, that you can find in Brahma Samhita 5.15. And when I said that Sadashiva's abode is in Vaikuntha planets. So there are so many references for this. So we can find that Sadashiva's abode is situated in the northeast part of Vaikuntha planet, that is given to us by our Rupa Goswami Pad in Laghu Bhagavat Amrita 15298. And we can see that Baladev Vidyabhushan, while he was doing Tika of Laghu Bhagavat Amrita 1-31, in there also he has mentioned about that Narayana is the Vilasa form of the Swayam Rupa, Angabhuta of Swayam Rupa Krishna. And also Srila Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita purport 1679, he is mentioning about Sadashiva, that Prabhupada is referring Vayu Puran in that purport, that Sadashiva is residing in one of the Vaikuntha planet, and Sadashiva is the direct expansion of Krishna's form for pastimes. These are the lines of Srila Prabhupada. And you can refer Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 1.6.70.9, 1.6.79 purport. So, and also in Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 5, chapter number 17, 16, we can see that Lord Shiva, there it has been mentioned that Lord Shiva knows that Mahasankarshan is the cause of Shiva. And Sadashiva's abode is, or we call it Mahesh Dhama, is above the Devi Dhama, or is in the spiritual world, is also given in Brahma Samhita 5.45. I hope I have given all the references, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. So that Mahesh Dham is just below Vaikuntha Dhama, Mataji, right? So below
I'm sorry, what?
Mahesh Dham, where
So
after
it is in the Vaikuntha Lok, in the spiritual world. So as I shown, Prabhuji, if you remember that picture which I have shown, so this is Goloka. Goloka is the supreme planet, and below Goloka, and Goloka is also divided into three: Mathura Mandal, Dwarka Mandal, and Vrindavan Mandal, right? And in that first Chaturvyuha, along with the Balaram and all the Prakasha expansions of Krishna is there, and below there is Vaikuntha planets. And in this Vaikuntha planet, billions of Vaikunthas are there. And then the Vaikuntha planet, there is a river which we call Viraja river, or ocean, Karana ocean, which is dividing now the material. There is effulgence of Lord, which we call Brahma Jyoti, after this spiritual world. And this, after that, this is there. Viraja river is there. But the Sadashiva Loka is in the Vaikuntha. Northeast part exactly is given by our Rupa Goswami Pad in his Laghu Bhagavat Amrita. We can see there are all the incarnations or all the expansions this Laghu Bhagavat Amrita is given. So if I gave the exact references to you, if you want to refer. But definitely, I would request everybody to please go through Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.6.79 along with the purport where Srila Prabhupada himself is saying about Sadashiva, and also Brahma Samhita 5.8, 9, 10, 5.15, where we can clearly get the understanding of today's class. Basically today's class is from there. So, it's always good when we hear and then read, then we get ourselves more. So there should not be any confusion because our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have given us so much that should not be any point of confusion anywhere. Thank you, Prabhu, for asking this.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much for
Hare
that.
Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Shukakara Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Nina Mataji. Thank you, Madhavi, Gaurangi Mataji. Such a wonderful class.
Thank you,
You
Prabhu.
explained, you showed the film, the movie, or the whole thing now. I'm so thankful to you, Mataji. You're so wonderful, great. All Srila Prabhupada and then Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji.
I'm thankful to you, Prabhu. You always have such nice comments, compliments for the speaker. You are such an encouraging force behind all of us. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Please pray for me that I keep my journey continuing in service of all of you, and also increase my bhakti, my process of devotion.
Radha Krishna Matir Astu.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's what we need. And that's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
You also bless me, Mataji. Please, you also bless me. You are a pure devotee.
No, Prabhu. I'm not nowhere near.
Don't tell lies.
No. Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Shukakara Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Pooja Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, excellent class, Mataji.
Thank you.
Mataji, my question is quite different from today's lecture. So if you may please allow, then I ask the question, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Mataji, my question is that because of our own anartha, sometimes we feel very lack of confidence and lack of determination in bhakti, Mataji. Though we want to serve Krishna, want to serve Vaishnavas, but because of our own anartha, sometimes we feel very, very low, Mataji. And the main reason is, as far as I concern, the poor health. So, Mataji, in this particular situation, Mataji, what to do to be enthusiastic, and I mean, how to be enthusiastic in this situation, in this particular situation, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hope you understand the question.
What's the main concern you said? I missed that.
Mataji, yeah, Mataji, I want to say that how to be enthusiastic in bhakti in this particular situation of poor health, Mataji.
Of poor health. Okay.
Yeah, Mataji.
In poor health. See, the process has been given to us, and when there are health issues, when we are suffering in our health, so definitely there are some relaxations which has been given. So this many times we think or we feel that performing devotional service is a external thing. Many times we have been mistaken, but it is an internal process. And it is the internal process, and health, definitely health has to contribute with regard to our processes, which we are doing some certain kinds of rounds. We are following Ekadashi Vrata, Janamastami Vrata. But if my health is not aligned to do that, but still I want to progress in bhakti. So at the same time, what we have to remember, we need to work in such a way, or we should be giving our mind some kind of engagement. If I am not giving my mind some kind of engagement, then the whole foundation where you want to stand as a bhakta is going to collapse. So, and at the same time, Krishna is not a police who wants, do this, do this, do that. This has been given, regulative principles has been given to us, process has been given to us, so that we all can focus on the same on the particular track. But many times our mind keeps telling us that we cannot do this, do that, because I have this problem, that problem. But at the same time, we should try whatever my health is allowing me, we should perform that much of a devotional service. But at the same time, within myself, my mind have to be, that doesn't mean if my health is not good, I just think, okay, my health is not good, I cannot chant my rounds, let us just sit and watch something. So the point here is that mind needs constant engagement. If that engagement you are not going to give, then to keep standing on the platform of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti will become very, very difficult, very, very difficult. So if your health is poor, try to take care of your health, and at the same time, at least you can listen to the lectures, you can hear to the lectures, or maybe wherever you can sit, you can chant with the beads on it. Maybe you are not involved in Janmashtami preparation in your local temple, that's okay, because you are physically unwell, you cannot give your physical help to anybody. But at the same time, you should try to do whatever you can do. You can follow regulative principle in any case. And also you can chant wherever, even you are sitting, you are standing, and how many rounds you are comfortably you are able to do, you should be doing. You can hear lecture, you can read Srimad Bhagavatam even if you are sitting, because these are the things which is important for the mind to get engaged into. Otherwise, your mind is going to tell you, okay, let's just watch this thing or that thing, or let's just talk about this thing or that thing. So constant engagement to mind is important, but whatever, how much your health is allowing. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah. All right. So if all the questions are over, so maybe we can. So maybe we can. It's time, so we can take your. I can take your leave. Let's offer our humble obeisances to Mataji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Shri Vaishnavrinda ki
Jai. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Gauranga!
Nityananda.
Gauranga, Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Nice
जय
to see
जय
you.
श्री राधे श्याम सप्तम वृंदावन धाम गोवर्धन गिरधारी लाल की जय हो, महापनप्ति धाम की जय हो, जगन्नाथ धाम की जय हो,
Sakakar Prabhu ji ki jai ho.
Jai ho.
Thank you.
ललिता माता दी दीनबंधु प्रभु की जय हो।
Krishna.